Donald Trump, it appears, has finally followed through on a campaign promise. No, we're not actually building the wall, which is a ridiculous idea, but Donald Trump actually has made some changes to NAFTA. Fascinating. So let me give you the details here. Now, President Donald Trump and his Mexican and Canadian counterparts are expected to sign a new deal, a new trade deal, by the end of November. Now, negotiations between Canada and the United States have pushed right up to a deadline imposed by the Trump administration Sunday night, and details of the the agreement were starting to emerge. Now, this is according to CNN, who details what's actually in the deal. Um, what did America get? And by the way, this is now called the U.S. Mexico Canada Agreement. So they're changing it from NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement, to the U.S. Mexico Canada Agreement. Okay, then. Why the name change? Well, that's going to be a relevant question after I give you the details. Now, there are some changes to NAFTA. One is Canada has opened up its dairy market. Now, under the original NAFTA, Canada limited how much milk, cheese, and other dairy could come from the United States. Under the updated agreement, Canada will set new quotas for the United States, and it will increase market access for U.S. dairy, poultry, and eggs. In return, the United States will allow more Canadian dairy, peanuts, and peanut products, and a limited amount of sugar to cross the border. So, yay, we're opening up Canada's dairy market by about 3.5%. Wow. Fascinating. Fantastic. Now, Canada has also agreed to end a system that had kept the price of milk, some milk products, including milk protein, low. This change will allow more U.S. dairy products to enter the Canadian market. So look, that's not terrible. I mean, that might help some American farmers. Probably not small farms. Let's be honest. It's mostly going to help big corporate farms. So take that as you will, right? Now, what about cars? Well, now, this may actually be a decent change. Now, the new deal would require more of a vehicle's parts to be made in North America in order for the car to be free from certain tariffs. Now, it requires that 75% of the car parts must be made in Canada, Mexico, or the United States. That's about 12 percentage points higher than under the original NAFTA. So the provision will help keep the production of car parts in the United States and bring back some production that moved to places abroad, according to the U.S. Trade Representative. Okay. Now, Ford is in favor of this. So that's interesting. Now, there is also something that is in labor related to making cars. Now, the deal mandates that 75%, as I said before, of vehicle parts be made in North America, up from the current 62.5% rule. Now, this might keep a lot of production in America, as I said before. Mexico has also committed to recognizing workers' rights to collectively bargain. And the three countries agreed to enforce rights recognized by the International Labor Organization. So that's actually not bad. So not only that, but there is, for workers, the new trade agreement will require that 40 to 45% of car and truck parts be made by workers making at least $16 an hour. Now, look, when I worked in car parts, so I helped make bumpers, and later on, I worked for a place that did plastic injection molding for car interior. I wasn't making no $16 an hour. No, I was making, doing the welding, $13 an hour, which wasn't bad for me, working right out of high school. But at the plastic injection place, I made about $10 to $11 an hour. Having it $16 an hour for car part suppliers, that's not bad at all. That's actually really good. So that is one positive thing in this. Now, look, I'm in favor of the pro-union stuff. I'm in favor of higher wages. That's just a couple of the changes, right? There's also dispute resolution. That's barely a change from what we had before. We also have the question of other tariffs, right? Not only that, but of course, currency manipulation is also mentioned in this, where they're going to crack down a little bit on currency manipulation, all that different stuff. So, look, as far as this goes, this is basically the same as NAFTA, but tweaked a little bit and renamed. So that's what this is about, right? This is Donald Trump taking something, changing it just a little, and then changing the name, and then taking credit for it. He said, this is a tremendous deal. This is a fantastic deal. This is what Donald Trump does. But hey, you know what? At least we can say he didn't fuck it up terrible. Okay. Again, this could be a lot better, but considering who the president is, it could be a lot worse. But it's basically just an updated NAFTA. You know what? Let Donald Trump have his win, as long as he doesn't fuck it up worse. So that's all I have to say on that. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.